Good morning, good morning, good morning. Grand rising, grand rising, grand rising. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Welcome to the $1 Trillion Tickers broadcast. I'm your host, Matt Riches. This is your pre-market briefing for Thursday, February 5th, 2026. Overnight, Bitcoin broke 60,000. Bitcoin broke $70,000 for the first time since 2024, y'all. Marking a clear shift in risk appetite across crypto markets. At the same time, Ethereum continues to trend lower and is now heading toward the $2,000 level. It's very close, but it hasn't got there yet. Alongside that, we have received fresh labor data this morning, which we'll get to later. And we have another red folder coming up at 7 o'clock. This is not a reaction market. This is an interpretation market. This show is for education and entertainment only. Always do your own research, but you can use this show as a foundation. Let's get into the $1 Trillion Tickers family legacy mantra. I deserve to be healthy. I deserve to be happy. I deserve the wealth that I am building for me and my family. Riches and freedom that come to our hands. I am the master of all I command. My learning is limitless. My earnings are too. The more I discover, the more I can do. The stock market is a machine of design, and I have the power to make that wealth mine. I am capable, I am skilled, I am bold. Blessings on the journey as the vision unfolds. Next, we have Forex Factory, where we got those unemployment claim numbers that came out at 5:30. So the forecast was 212,000. The actual was 231,000. That's a higher than expected print, signaling continued softening in the labor market. Markets will immediately frame this through the lens of rate expectations and Fed policy flexibility. At 7 a.m., we have JOLTS job openings, which is another red folder. This report shows labor demand. If job openings continue to decline, it reinforces the cooling narrative. If openings remain elevated, it complicates the inflation and rate outlook. Markets may stay cautious until that number prints. Okay, so we had some earnings after market close yesterday. Let's check those out. So we had Google. Google had a nice beat on the top and bottom. It did run up initially and hit the all-time high in the aftermarket, but it since fell, and it did nothing but fall in the pre-market as well. Okay, next, yesterday, we had ARM. ARM missed horribly on earnings. They missed by 48%, and they barely beat on revenue. So as you can see with this big, huge blue candle, which is normally a red candle, it fell drastically, but it slightly recovered, and it actually recovered a little bit during the pre-market as well. All right, QCOM. Let's check out QCOM. QCOM beat on the top and bottom. They also fell drastically when the earnings came out, and they continue to fall for the rest of the aftermarket. And it's been pretty choppy during the pre-market session. Elf Beauty beat very nicely. 63% beat on earnings, y'all. And it also beat on revenue by almost 6%. as you can see, it closed here at $84. Once the earnings came out, it ran up to $99.49, and then it fell right back down to where it was before the earnings came out. And then eventually it ran up before the end of the aftermarket. And then it started at around 92 in the pre-market, ended up coming down to 87. Now it's at 89. Okay, so the pre-market today, we had Shell. Let's check out Shell, y'all. Looks like it gapped up. No, that was from Monday to Tuesday. Shell missed on earnings by 7%, and it beat on revenue by 2%. So that's Shell, y'all. ConocoPhillips. The numbers have not been released according to TradingView. And also Cigna Group has not been released as well. So when market closes today, we have Amazon, Iran, MicroStrategy, Roblox, and Reddit that all have earnings after market close, y'all. All right. So let's check out what else we got. Next, we have The Daily Law by Robert Greene. Today is February 5th, 2026. Acquiring a set of skills is the key to navigating a turbulent work world. The ability to later combine these skills is the best path to mastery. Your primary goal during the apprenticeship phase must be to learn and accumulate as many skills as possible, especially in areas that genuinely excite you and stimulate you. If your career path later changes or certain skills lose relevance, you will know how to adapt by adjusting what you already know and learning more. In the past, mastery was difficult because information was locked behind institutions and social class. Today, those barriers no longer exist. The internet has shattered the walls around knowledge. You must take full advantage of this environment. Skill accumulation and skill combination are now essential. How does this apply to long-term investing? Long-term investors succeed by stacking skills, macro awareness, valuation, behavioral discipline, risk management. Markets change, styles rotate, cycles shift. Adaptable investors survive because they know how to learn continuously. How does this align with active trading? Successful traders combine execution, psychology, risk control, and adaptation. No edge lasts forever. The trader who survives is one who can evolve as market structure changes. Okay, the overnight global session recap. Asian sessions traded mixed overnight, influenced by global risk sentiment and crypto weakness rather than new policy developments. And in the London session, European markets opened cautiously, monitoring U.S. labor data, crypto volatility, and upcoming JOLTS report. Crypto broke support, labor data softened, another report coming at 7 a.m. Earnings are stacked across the board. Today is about processing information, not forcing trades. Stay disciplined, stay adaptable, let the market show its hand. This is $1 trillion tickers, y'all. All right, so next we're going to get into the market caps for our $1 trillion tickers. The market caps. You know who the number one market cap in the world, the biggest market cap on the market? That is NVDA, y'all. NVIDIA has a $4.2 trillion market cap. Apple has a $4 trillion market cap, 4.06. Google has $4.02 trillion market cap, followed by Microsoft, $3.07 trillion, Amazon 2.49 trillion, Meta 1.69 trillion, TSM 1.68 trillion, Tesla 1.52 trillion, AVGO 1.46 trillion, BRK.B 1.08 trillion, and Walmart 1.02 trillion, y'all. All right, remember, Walmart made it into the $1 trillion tickers yesterday. All right, let's check out these pre-market levels. NVDA pre-market low, 172.42. Oh. Pre-market high, 178.36. Google pre-market low, 311.54. Pre-market high, 329.73. Apple pre-market low, 273.78. Pre-market high, 277.31. Microsoft pre-market low, 403. Goodness gracious, Microsoft is about to fill this gap today. If it trends down, it's more than halfway in the gap, y'all. It's about 3/4 into the gap. Microsoft pre-market high, 410.85. Amazon pre-market low, 227.51. Pre-market high, 233.80. TSM pre-market low, 321.87. Pre-market high, 329.55. AVGO pre-market low, 311.10. Pre-market high, 325.86. Meta pre-market low, 657. God damn. Pre-market high, 670.48. Tesla pre-market low. Tesla broke 400, y'all. Tesla pre-market low, 394.51. Pre-market high, 408.19. BRK.B pre-market low, 501.57. Pre-market high, 506.50. Walmart pre-market low, 127.62. Pre-market high, 128.88. As you can see, the $1 trillion tickers are feeling the February pullback, y'all. It is tough. It is tough. It is tough. Goodness gracious. These stocks are getting clapped, y'all. Clap City. Damn. All right. So what I have on the screen now is the 8 most valuable companies in the world. Starting in the top left-hand corner, we have NVIDIA. To the right, we have Google, Apple, Microsoft. Underneath NVIDIA, we have Amazon. To the right, TSM, AVGO, and Meta Platforms. All right, let's get into some news, y'all. All right, first piece of news comes from Trump. He said this yesterday. I have just completed an excellent telephone conversation with President Xi Jinping of China. It was a long and thorough call. There were many important subjects discussed, including trade, military, the April trip that I will be making to China, which I very much look forward to. Taiwan, the war between Russia and Ukraine, the current situation with Iran, the purchase of oil and gas by China from the United States, the consideration by China of the purchase of additional agricultural products, including lifting the soybean count to 20 million tons for the current season. They have committed to 25 million tons for next season. Airplane energy deliveries, and numerous other subjects, all very positive. The relationship with China and my personal relationship with President Xi is an extremely good one, and we both realize how important it is to keep it that way. I believe that there will be many positive results achieved over the next 3 years of my presidency having to do with President Xi and the People's Republic of China. Sounds good. Trump is enthusiastic about that telephone call, and sounds like it went well. Guess we'll have to see the president of China's reaction to that phone call. But Trump said it went well. Okay. This next, actually, let's get ready for market open. We got about 10 seconds, y'all. Market open. Woo! Are we gonna have another bloody day like yesterday? We about to find out, y'all. Market open, market open, market open. The market is open, y'all. February 5th, 2026. The market is open. Let's see what we got today. What's going to happen? NVDA is barely under break even at 174. Google is down $21, over 6% at 311. Did they even listen to the earnings call? Did they hear all those great numbers? Because it's selling off and it shouldn't be. Apple is up almost 0.25% at 277.33. Microsoft is down again. Microsoft is down over 2% at 405. The bottom of this gap is going to be 396.94, y'all. So if this gap gets filled, Microsoft will be under 400. Amazon down over 4%. 222.98. TSM is down over 1% at 322.05. AVGO is up almost 1.5% at 313. Meta is down almost 2% at 657. Gosh. Tesla is under 400, y'all. Tesla is down almost 3% at 394.50. BRK.B is up barely over break even at 504, and Walmart is up fractionally at 128.24, y'all. Sheesh. All right, let's get back to the news. This is from Mark Monroe. Salute Mark Monroe. We ain't heard from him for a while. He said, whoever cracks long-form AI cinematic video just won the war. Bookmark this for the near future. Everyone is focused on short-term details up to 30 seconds. Just wait until we get 3 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Ball game. Big facts. Big facts. As an AI video creator myself, I can't wait until we can make at least 1 minute clips. But shit, we get to 3 minutes. We're going to be making movies out here for real, for real. For real, for real. I can't wait, y'all. All right, next. Microsoft CEO warns that we must do something useful with AI or they'll lose social permission to burn electricity on it. Do something useful. Help us create longer AI videos. I definitely would find that useful. And I'm sure a lot of other creatives would too. But shoot, Google's doing great stuff with AI. I don't know what he's talking about. Next, it's from Wallow267. He said, the mind doesn't follow reality. Reality follows the mind. What you believe dictates what you see, what you pursue, and what you tolerate. Change your thoughts, and your life has no choice but to respond differently. Shout out Wallow for the motivation. All right. Mark Monroe one more time on Twitter. He said he'll be on Space. He said this yesterday. He said he'll be on Spaces tomorrow It's been a long hour since he's spoken about the markets or anything publicly. After market close, we can have a chat about the markets, the economy, and perhaps a few updates. Let's go, Mark. I can't wait. I'll be tuning in. All right, yesterday was Rosa Parks' birthday, y'all. The mother of civil rights, the civil rights movement. Her refusal to give up her seat helped fuel a nationwide fight for equality. One act of courage changed history, reminding us that resistance in the face of injustice is always powerful. Her legacy lives on in every battle we fight for civil rights today. Salute to that sister, that ancestor, Rosa Parks. All right, next. This is from Unusual Whales. The United States has now returned to the Venezuelan government all $500 million from the initial sale of oil that was part of the deal reached between Caracas and Washington last month. So they took the oil, they sold it, and then they gave them the money back. So basically, they just wanted to show them that they could rob them of their oil. Big power move by the U.S. right there. Next, this is from Business Insider on Twitter. It says, "We believe the market is baking in a doomsday scenario for software companies in the near term, which we believe is extremely overblown," Dan Ives wrote in an industry note published on Wednesday amid the sell-off. He says the sell-off is a doomsday scenario for software companies in the near term, but they way overdoing it. It ain't that serious. You got Microsoft falling like that, man. That's crazy. Next, this is from Walter Bloomberg on Twitter. This is from yesterday. $1 trillion tech wipeout as AI fears spread. Tech stocks lost around $1 trillion yesterday as investors worry AI will disrupt traditional business models. What began in software stocks quickly spread across global markets, with investors now demanding real profits, not just growth promises. Talk about it. All right. Let's check out the sectors and see where money is flowing into, where money is flowing out of. Let's start with technology, y'all. Technology is down almost 0.5% at 137.56. Communications is down almost 1.5% at 118.46. I mean, that is consumer discretionary. Excuse me. XLY. XLY is down almost 1.5% at 118.50. Next is XLC. Communications is down 0.75% at 115.93. Looks like it filled this gap. Let me go to the daily chart and see what's going on with this gap. Yes, it did. This gap, February 21st to the 22nd, it gapped up. That gap has been filled, so we can go ahead and delete that. It looks like we do have a gap from yesterday to today that we can add to the chart here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. We may have to adjust it tomorrow. Okay. Next, let's check out XLF. This is the financial sector ETF. It is down almost 0.5% at 53.70. XLV is looking strong on the day so far. It's up over 0.5% at 156.93. This is our healthcare sector. Next, we have XLP, consumer staples, Looks like it made another all-time high today. It's been making all-time highs all week. It is up fractionally at 87.12, y'all. XLE, this is our energy sector ETF, is down over 1.5% at 51.94. XLU is up almost 0.5% at 43.25. This is our utility sector ETF. Next is XLI. It's down over 0.5% at 168.37. This is our industrial sector ETF. Next is XLB. This is our materials sector ETF. And it looks like it made an all-time high yesterday. Let me go ahead and adjust that. All-time high is now 52.02. But it is down today, down almost 1.5% at 51.15. Next, we have XLRE, which is our real estate ETF. It is down almost 1% at 41.11, y'all. Okay, let's check out the Fear and Greed Index. The Fear and Greed Index, y'all. The Fear and Greed Index. We are back in fear, y'all. Remember last week we was in greed. We done went from greed to neutral to fear. Fear and Greed Index is at 40, y'all. It's at 40. All right, let's check out some more news. This is from Unusual Whales on Twitter. Gen Z college students are reportedly arriving on campus struggling with basic reading comprehension. Comprehension. They struggling so much they made me struggle when I was reading about it. Gen Z college students are reportedly arriving on campus struggling with basic reading comprehension, even difficulty processing full sentences. Wow. Well, this is who? This is the high school students who was using ChatGPT in high school to get the answers right. Now they can't read. And they gonna be joining the workforce? That sounds troubling, y'all. I thought this was very interesting. This is from Kramer, Jim Kramer on Twitter. He said, I love this stock, but this one is just crazy. This is about Costco. Costco is now selling Hermes Birkin bags in certain warehouse locations internationally. New Costco locations in China have been spotted selling authentic luxury handbags, including Hermes Birkin bags and select Chanel pieces directly in the warehouse display cases. Damn, Costco don't play. I heard them Birkin bags is like ridiculously priced, like tens of thousands. Was it like 30,000 for one bag, which is so ridiculous? But it's I guess they got the bag in Costco in China. They got the bag because they got the bag because you gonna need the bag to buy that bag, man. Shout out, man. Shout out China for that. I wonder how many they should give us some numbers, some sales numbers over the first month. See how many they sell. All right, next, Taiwan Semiconductor plans to mass produce advanced 3 nanometer chips in Kumamoto, southern Japan, with investments totaling $17 billion. Oh yeah, they finna get it cracking in Japan, y'all. Shout out TSL. They a $1 trillion ticker. Next on Twitter we had Earn Your Leisure. So they said from radio personality to the biggest mogul in the game. We sat down with Charlemagne the God to go over his media empire, the state of podcasting, Netflix, ownership, and more. This conversation drops at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time today, Thursday, y'all. So we definitely gonna check that out. Charlemagne always dropping some good game. Earn your leisure. They always dropping some good game. It should be a phenomenal conversation, y'all. All right, next, let me run the numbers. Let me run the numbers on some of the other tickers that we like to look at on this show. SPX is down over 0.5% at 6,848. SPY is down 0.5% at 682.61. The NAS 100 is down 0.5% at 24,793. QQQ is down almost 0.5% at 603.33. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is down almost 0.5% at 49,280. The Dow Jones ETF is down the same amount percentage-wise, but they're now trading at 493. The VIX ran up. When the market first opened, the VIX was at 2211, y'all. The VIX ran up to 2211 and it has since been moving to the downside. It's currently trading at 2073 on the VIX. The 10-year Treasury note is now at 425, y'all. It was at 429 earlier this week. Gold is still under 5,000, y'all. Gold is currently trading at 4,859. The gold ETF, the mini, is trading at $96.05. The silver ETF, the silver trust made by iShares is now traded down crazy. It's down 12%. Ooh. To 69.50, y'all. Copper, the copper miners ETF is down 2% to 84.82. Bitcoin has broke 70,000 again. It did go to a low of $69,031 at 5:30 in the morning. So it's recovered slightly. It's now at 70,450. IBIT is down almost 4% at 39.98. Ethereum. Did Ethereum break 2,000? It did not. Ethereum hit a low at 4:55 a.m. of 2,038. It is currently trading at 2,082. BMNR, y'all. BMNR is down 2%. BMNR is under $20 a share, y'all. Oh my God, Tom Lee, what is going on? We gonna need you to go on CNBC and tell us what is going on, because you are crazy in the red on this investment, y'all. I think he's down like $6 billion, which is insane. Are we gonna check out MicroStrategy too in a minute? Actually, let's check out MicroStrategy right now. MicroStrategy is down just 0.5% on the day, but MicroStrategy is under 120, y'all. MicroStrategy is at 119.54. Goodness gracious. They got earnings coming up. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a bad earnings, because this ain't do nothing but fall. Nothing but fall, y'all. AMD AMD is up 1.5% at 203. Is back in the gap, y'all. Palantir continues to get hammered by the market. Palantir is down over 3% at 135. Are you serious? They hit 134, y'all. Remember, they had a phenomenal earnings call, too. This thing is getting clapped. Man, if I had some free cash flow, I would definitely be buying Palantir shares. Let me see. Goodness gracious. Where's my next level? Where's my next support level for Palantir? I got Palantir going down to 130, y'all. That's my next support level on Palantir is 130. If it ends up breaking 130, it's a lot of support at 130. But if it ends up breaking 130, my next level is 119.90. But this is insane. I can't believe this. I mean, it's down almost 35%. It's down 34%, y'all. Palantir is down 34%. Palantir, one of the strongest defense companies, AI defense companies on the market, had a phenomenal earnings call. But it is down. It's just getting destroyed. It's getting sold off. I guess people made so much money last year, they're like, man, let's take this risk off the table. Yes, sir. Robinhood getting clapped just like Palantir, boy. Goodness gracious. Let's check out how far Robinhood is down from the all-time high. Oh my God. 49.5%. Wow. This is insane. Insanity. 49.5%. Ooh, call it 50%. Robinhood down 50% from the all-time high. I do believe in this company for the long term, though. Definitely. The next 5 to 10 years, I definitely believe in Robinhood heavy. Financial technology giant, innovator, great CEO, visionary. I definitely believe in Robinhood for the long term. So to be able to get it at 50% off, shit, go ahead and drop a bag over there. My next support level I got is is 74.90, and if it breaks that, I got 65.30. But Robinhood is down crazy. Damn, I bought it 2 days ago, around $90, and this thing has continued to fall. All right, next, what's some other tickets we like to check out on this show? Some ETFs. IWM, y'all. How's IWM doing? This is the Russell 2000. Small caps. IWM is up fractionally at 260.85. SPYM is down. You know, this is the S&P 500. If you want to buy it for cheap, you don't want to spend $600 a share on SPY or VOO. You can get the same companies and the same holdings for $80 a share. It's down over 0.5% at 80.25. QQQM is down almost 0.5% at 248, y'all. SPYG is down to 103. It's down over 0.5% at 103.40. SOXQ looks like it came into the gap and rejected the gap, y'all. SOXQ is up over 1% at 60.61. TQQQs is down 1% at 49.30. SOXL is up over 3% at 54.82. SOXX is up over 1% at 333.72. XLG is down 0.75% at 57.73. It did hit the 5% off, but it's only 5% off. I do love that ETF though. The IVES 30 is around the 15% off marker, y'all. At $30 a share, it's down over 0.5% today. SPYI, High Income ETF by Neo's Group, is down 0.5% at 52.15. And QQQI, the high income ETF, is down almost 0.5% at 52.48. Yeah, I can't do nothing but wait. It's at 52.48. I can't do nothing but wait. Goodness gracious, y'all. Goodness. The dividend play, it works when it works, and when it don't work, you just gotta wait. That's it. All right. I mean, it ain't been 2 months yet. I got in that play at the end of December. So I've been in for about 6 weeks. Got 2 dividends. 2 big dividends, though. Let me adjust these charts while we get back to the news. All right, next piece of news. SpaceX has reportedly reached out to major index providers, including the Nasdaq, to discuss how SpaceX might join key indices sooner than normal. Elon trying to get up in them indexes, man, so they could drop that bag up in there. So they could drop that bag. You know, once you get in the index, a whole lot of funds going to be dropping that bag on you. Next, it's from Google. Sundar, what'd he say? Google CEO Sundar said it was a tremendous quarter for Google, and the annual revenue exceeded $400 billion for the first time, y'all. The launch of Gemini 3 was a major milestone, and we have great momentum. Our first-party models like Gemini now process over 10 billion tokens per minute via direct API used by our customers. And the Gemini app has grown to over 700 million monthly active users. We saw Search saw more usage than ever before, with AI continuing to drive an expansionary moment. We continue to drive strong growth across the business. YouTube's annual revenues surpassed 60 billion across ads and subscriptions. We now have over 325 million paid subscribers across customer services, led by strong adoption for Google One and YouTube Premium. And Google Cloud ended 2025 at an annual run rate of over $70 billion, representing a wide breadth of customers driven by demand for AI products. We are seeing our AI investments and infrastructure drive revenue growth across the board. To meet customer demand and capitalize on the growing opportunities ahead of us, our 2026 CapEx investments are anticipated to be in the range of 175 to 185 billion, y'all. That is a wonderful earnings call and quote, y'all. And it's still down. Still down. Can you believe it? All right. Meta is expected to invest 125 billion in capex in 2026, up from earlier expectations of 110 billion. Microsoft is expected to spend 105 billion on capex in 2026. Amazon is expected to spend more than 140 billion on capex in 2026, y'all. The hyperscalers are dropping the bag on capex, y'all. The AI spending ain't going nowhere. We finna run that bag up with AI. Okay, next is from Unusual Wells. AI may eliminate entry-level roles, making it harder for young people to enter the workforce, per the IMF. So the same young people that are struggling to read in college because they cheated with ChatGPT in high school, they're not going to be able to get a job because of AI anyway. So what they going to do, y'all? They going to be running the streets, acting a damn fool. Yeah, we gonna need some help for them youngsters. We're gonna need some help for them youngsters. Okay. Forbes. This is from Forbes on Twitter. If you get this Amazon product recall message, it's an attack. There is a new alert for Amazon customers as security researchers warn that a new wave of scam texts impersonate Amazon product recall messages. The texts include a link to a perfectly crafted Amazon sign-in page. If you fall for the lure, that page steals your password and gives it to hackers who can now access your account. Do not click on it. Do not click on the Amazon product recall message. It is a scam, y'all. It looks real, but it's a scam text. Do not click on it. Microsoft. This next piece of news comes from Walter Bloomberg on Twitter. Microsoft shares fall in the pre-market. Stifle downgrades Microsoft to hold from a buy. Microsoft has been downgraded. All right, it's Black History Month, y'all. So I'm going to give y'all some of this Black history. Listen up. Colonel Charles Young was the first Black American to achieve the rank of colonel in the United States Army. Born in 1864 in Mays Lick, Kentucky, to parents who had been enslaved, Charles Young grew up in the aftermath of the Civil War. His father, Gabriel Young, served in the Union Army. At just 20 years old, Young earned an appointment to the U.S. Military Academy at West Point, graduating in 1889 as only the third Black American to do so. Because of segregation, his early assignments were restricted to the Buffalo Soldier regiments, including service with the 9th and 10th Cavalry and the 25th Infantry. The 25th Infantry on the Western frontier. Between 1894 and 1898, he served as professor of military science at Wilberforce University, where he also taught Latin, Greek, French, Spanish, and German, y'all. Shout out to this brother here. During the Spanish-American War, Young returned to combat as a major in the 10th Cavalry and commanded troops during the famous charge up San Juan Hill. In 1903, he became the first Black American superintendent of the U.S. National Park, overseeing Sequoia and General Grant National Parks. In 1916, Young led the 10th Cavalry during the General Pershing's expedition into Mexico. When World War I began, he was declared medically unfit despite being the highest ranking Black officer in the Army. To challenge that decision, Young completed a 500-mile horseback ride from Ohio to Washington, D.C. He was returned to duty in 1918 and promoted to colonel. Colonel Charles Young died in 1922 and is buried at the Arlington National Cemetery. Salute to this brother right here, y'all. Phenomenal story. Phenomenal story, y'all. Colonel Charles Young. All right, next. BMO Capital is set to 2026 year-end price target of 7,380 for the S&P 500, which would imply a 8% return. The firm remains bullish despite macro uncertainty, citing strong global monetary and fiscal stimulus. BMO favors cyclical sectors including industrials, materials, energy, and financials, while underweighting defenses such as consumer staples, healthcare, real estate, and utilities. Inflation remains the main risk. They didn't even say technology, huh? Didn't even give technology a shout out on that. All right, next. This is from Walter Bloomberg. JP Morgan says Bitcoin is now more attractive than gold in the long term because Bitcoin been falling crazy and gold been running crazy. So, despite recent crypto weakness, liquidations have been modest, though spot Bitcoin ETFs continue to see outflows. The bank notes Bitcoin is now trading well below its estimated production cost of $87,000, historically a soft floor. JP Morgan's key point: Bitcoin's risk-adjusted profile versus gold has strengthened. Its volatility relative to gold has fallen to record low, implying significant upside potential over the long term, y'all. Bitcoin is now trading at, hold on. What did I just read? Bitcoin at 68,000, y'all. 68,600. Bitcoin is getting destroyed. Margin calls, liquidations, it's going down. Oh my God, Bitcoin is down 6%, y'all. Oh, there it is. Bitcoin just broke 68,000. It's now 68,550. This thing is falling, y'all. This thing is falling. Where's my next level? Where's my next level for Bitcoin? My next level for Bitcoin is 65,505, y'all. It can fall to there. It can fall to there, y'all. Look at this watch list. Ain't nothing but red in this watch list except the VIX. The VIX is back up, y'all. The VIX is back up to 22. The VIX is at 2208. This watch list is looking bloody. Let's check out a heat map, y'all. Ooh, that thing looking bloody, y'all. That heat map is looking bloody. Technology getting destroyed. Look at Google. Down 4.5%. Microsoft down almost 4%. Amazon down almost 5%. Tesla down almost 4%. Lilly down almost 6%. AMD down 2.25%. Goodness gracious. JP Morgan is down over 2%. Morgan Stanley also down almost 2%. Wells Fargo down over 1%. Bank of America down 1%. Citibank down over 2.5%. Goldman Sachs is down over 2.5%. BlackRock down almost 1%. Blackstone down 2.5%. Capital One down over 3%, y'all. This is tough. Let's check out the sectors. Ooh. Them sectors looking bloody, y'all. Them sectors looking bloody. Let's see what's getting destroyed today. XLY down over 2%. XLK down 1.5%. XLC down 1%. XLB down 1.25%. XLE down over 1%. This thing is looking bloody. XLP is about to turn red. XLU is up almost 0.25%, but everything else is bloody. Man, you talk about a February sell-off. We are in full effect, y'all. We are in full effect for the February sell-off. Microsoft is about to close this gap, y'all. Microsoft is under 400. Microsoft is under 400, y'all. Can you believe this? Are you not entertained? The market sell-off is here. The February pullback is here. And it hurts. Don't look at your account today. Do not look at your account today. This thing is getting clapped crazy. I don't want to look at it. I'm not going to open my account today, y'all. All right. But let me bring it back into reality. Let me bring it back into focus. Though the market has been dropping for the past 3 days, we're not that far off the all-time high. We did hit an all-time high on January 28th. SPY is only down less than 3%, y'all. So though we are super bloody, SPY is only down 3%. Not even 3%. 2.75% is what SPY is down from the all-time high. So it feels crazy, but we're really not down that low. Now QQQ, that's a different story. Let's check out QQQ from the all-time high. QQQ is down 6.25%. Okay, that's a big difference from SPY. But still, we're nowhere near a bear market. We're not even really near correction yet. So it feels crazy because it was running up so much, but it's really not that crazy. Now certain names are getting destroyed. Certain names are getting destroyed, like Palantir getting destroyed, Robinhood getting destroyed. These high beta names are getting destroyed. Software names getting destroyed. And Microsoft getting destroyed, y'all. Let's see what Microsoft, where are we at from Microsoft? Where is Microsoft from the all-time high? Can you believe this? Microsoft is down 28% from the all-time high, y'all. But actually, that's a great buy. So go ahead and buy Microsoft. It's damn near 30% off. Drop a bag in Microsoft if you got it. Drop a bag in Microsoft. You know it's going to bounce back. Microsoft is down almost 30% and it's under $400 a share. You got to buy Microsoft right now if you can. You got to buy Microsoft. All right, what else is getting clapped crazy from the all-time high? Let's pull it up, y'all. Let's pull up the charts. Let's check out all the trillion dollar tickers and see what kind of discount we can get right now, y'all, from the all-time high. NVIDIA is down almost 19% from the all-time high, y'all. Almost 19%. Drop a bag on NVIDIA if you got it. That's a great discount for the most valuable company in the world. Let's check it out. Next, Google, y'all. Where is Google from the all-time high? Google is down 9%. Not even 10% yet. So Google is good. Let me put this gap on here, though. All right, so Google gap down from yesterday. Apple, I think Apple's doing the best as far as closeness to the all-time high. Apple is less than 5% off right now. Check out Amazon. Ooh, that's a hell of a gap down right there, y'all. But they got earnings. They got earnings after market close. So we'll see if they can bounce back from this. But this pre-earnings sell-off is ridiculous. That thing gapped down. That thing gapped down crazy, y'all. Let's see where Amazon is in from the all-time highs. Amazon is almost 15% off. So that's a good buy. That's a good entry point. See, TSM. TSM from the all-time highs, y'all. TSM is only 7.5% off. Still got some room to go before you want to buy it. All right, AVGO. This is a $1 trillion ticker, y'all. And it is down almost 25%. So you got these $1 trillion tickers is on discount right now, y'all. These $1 trillion tickers are on discount. Choose which one you want to buy and go ahead and buy it because they are on discount. If you believe they're going to bounce back, which you should, Meta is down almost 17% from the all-time high. That's a good buy, y'all. If you believe these $1 trillion tickers are going to bounce back, then you should buy the dip on these tickers. Tesla is down over 22% from the all-time high, y'all. So, do you see what's going on? Do you see what's going on with the $1 trillion tickers? BRK.B is down a little over 7% from the all-time high. And Walmart is at the all-time high today. So you know what that means? SPY is barely away from the all-time high, but the $1 trillion tickers, the most valuable companies in the world, are on super discount. So that means the rest of the market is strong, y'all. That means there has been a rotation out of tech. We don't know how long that rotation is going to last, but the rotation has gone out of tech, and now it has expanded to the other pieces of the market. Because remember, when we checked the sectors, we had 3 sectors that were at all-time highs yesterday. This whole week they've been hitting all-time highs, 3 different sectors of the market. So that'll tell you that that the money, at least the institutional money, has rotated out of tech, out of the hyperscalers, out of the $1 trillion tickers outside of Apple, and has gone into other sectors. So what does that mean? What does that mean? The market is strong, y'all. The market is strong because SPY is barely down. SPY is down less than 3%, but those numbers on the $1 trillion tickers, they are down crazy. So you know what that means? Once the money flows, so without the $1 trillion tickers running to all-time highs outside of Apple and Walmart, the market as a whole is still able to be strong. So that means once money flows back into the $1 trillion tickers, the market will be through the roof, y'all. So hold on tight for this tech sell-off for February. But we good, though. Hold on tight for the tech sell-off. Pick your spots. Pick your investments. And hey, it's only the beginning of February. If this month is red for the whole month, we're gonna have a lot more opportunities. So just choose what do you want to buy this month. Allocate that bread, scale in, and enjoy the ride back up, y'all. We're looking for another V-shaped recovery like we've been having with Trump in office. All right, that's it, y'all. Oh, I got a couple from Instagram.
Take your time, bro. You gotta appreciate the journey that you've had so far because your story is a great one, full of ups and downs, some victories and some losses, full of pain but a lot of glory. You got to be proud of the man that you're becoming. And none of it came easy. It took a lot of work, but you built for it. Remember, strength ain't always about what you carry. It's about your demeanor when things get tough. It's how fast you can recover after you hit your peak. It's about finding your voice when the world tries to silence you. You ain't good, you greater. And you'll continue to find success as long as you remember that. Don't ever forget where you come from, but remember where you've been. Your time is now, so let's see what you do with it. It's time to clock back in. You want a night shift.
Yes, sir. Let's get it. Motivation right there, y'all. Let's get it.
It ain't all good, but it ain't all bad either. So be thankful. Be happy. Smile. We're gonna be productive today.
We will be productive today.
Be happy. Y'all gonna be productive today. So just be happy.
We're going to be productive today. Shout out to that young brother right there, y'all. This is some motivation from Young Dolph that I found on IG. Check it out.
A lot of people, they have vision, they have dreams and shit, but they don't put up no percentage or no effort trying to make that shit come to life. It's just like you being a workaholic, bro. It's like it ain't no telling where you end up in life. You know what I mean? Like, you a workaholic and can't shit stop you and slow you down from getting your work done. You ain't no telling what you be in life. You know what I mean? Don't let your environment, like, determine or control what you're going to be.
Shout out Young Dolph, man, for that motivation right there. What we going to do in 2026, man? Hey, yesterday I heard an interview with LaRussell. He said he signed to The Rock, y'all. Y'all seen that clip that I posted with him on the show yesterday? He had dinner with Jay-Z, him and his team. So what LaRussell gonna do in 2026 when he sell that 100,000 records? When he perform at the Super Bowl?
Said, go get that bag. Go get that bag. Get that bag. Get that bag. Get that bag. Go get that bag. Get that bag. Go get that bag.
When Tech bounced back?
Go get that bag.
When that V-shaped recovery happened?
Get that bag. Go get that bag. Get that bag. Go get that bag.
All right. You know how we like to end the show. Nipsey Hussle. Oh, now I don't want to play. Are you serious? If you don't play this video. Alright. Alright. Technical difficulties on Nipsey Hussle. Here we go.
It don't happen overnight, and there's gonna be moments when it's really, really frustrating, and there's gonna be moments when it's really, really inspiring and empowering. And if you get too high off the highs and too low off the lows, you're gonna take yourself on a ride that's very uncomfortable. I think it's just about being committed to the work, appreciating it, when it's good, and not stressing too bad when it's bad. Just appreciating the work and staying focused on showing up every day.
That's it, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. $1 Trillion Tickers. I'm your host, Matt Richards. We'll be back tomorrow in the pre-market. You know how we do it, man. We posting every single day. We putting that work in, y'all. And we gonna get this bag. We gonna get it for real. We not playing. Let's get this paper, y'all. Till tomorrow. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom.